called Thanks to traded a lead role in the war for a walk-on part in this cage. Turned in my infinite connection for a no-liner on one stage. The Quantic and its family can't keep track of me no more. Serendipity thinks I've left her, there be no knocks at the door. At one point, life got separated from dream, and the magic just let go and slipped away at the seams. The fractals cracked, the mechanics gone blind from all the domestication chemicals flowing through that mind. What's the point of freeing a bird that can't remember how to fly? Will I ever know that peace? Guess I will when I die.
Big baggy.
Thank you. Alright, this one's called Spirit Soldiers. All my roots been feeling cracked and dry. These indigo children not knowing how to lie to themselves for too long, to their souls for too deep, but they'll keep on trying till they die in their sleep. Because they're dealt a hand of cards they don't know how to hold. They're playing the devil's poker and they don't know they can fold. Soldiers of the spirit learning how to fight the war, but all they've got to go off of is what's buried in the Lord. Because this world don't care about its own preservation. The beings I've said have met devastation. Jesus and Buddha, teachers and brothers, Socrates, Lenin, saints and lovers. None gave advice that was heeded, just rejected, and that left our metaphysical lives neglected. Fight on, spirit soldiers, fight on, fight on. They say it's fucking dark before that dawn. This one could be fun. It's called Rainbow Brick Road. I miss my home where trees were fractals blown over by galactic pterodactyls. The landscape was speckled with mystical fauna. Life felt like a collective nirvana. I'm going back to where I come from. That hole is greater than what these parts sum. These fractured pieces go to a puzzle tricked up by a psychopath under a muzzle. Take me home, Rainbow Brick Road, back to that dimension that lightens its load. Energies flowed and energy spliced. My soul was continually full of feist. My connection to you, your connection to me. We were as roots growing from the same tree. It was clear how the suffering of our lives could be lifted. We all had the answers. We all were gifted. Colors had their own intentions. There were too many epiphanies to mention. Take me home, Rainbow Brick Road, back to that dimension that lightens its load. Dr. Seuss and Alex Gray, these are just a couple that have come that way. This solar system is my real address. This reality I'm in is such a mess. I must go back. I left beauty there, and to go on without her just wouldn't be fair. When I get my chance, you'll get your warning. Second star on the right, straight on till morning. Ow!
That was nice.
Check.
Which one we do first?
The moon pours down, and I always started off with a quote. This is from Tom Waits. There was a train that took me away from here, but a train can't take you home. A muse taught me there are many kinds of love. It is special when you finally make a connection. To be with someone who understands, when silences are read as important as words. I am tentative when we dance too close, I break away. When she understands and knows what I'm going to say before I even say it, it's like welcome home to a place you've never been. Each of us, wounded, make each other whole again. I want to watch an old movie on TV, cuddled on the sofa. It's a long walk, she says. I say, hurry. Get right.
Yeah, buddy.
This is called Insight Number 2. Occupy your mind. The revolution starts within. The delusions of grandeur beat an inferiority complex every time, and vice versa. The Clonopin Chronicles. And you see what you stand for. Don Stabler. This is my reaction to the Occupy movement. Constantly pushing myself toward the edge, sleep deprived and anxious, I delve deep inside of myself to find comfort. Finding the middle path is not easy as I walk the thinnest line. Should I be content to live with low-level depression for months at a time and then experience bursts of creativity and motivation until I inevitably have my mind blown out and then suffer again for weeks on end with a severe depression? Wash, rinse, repeat. Or is there something better? combination of psychotropics and therapy that will make me well enough to function in society instead of having to be chained up somewhere, literally or chemically. My parents, albeit reticently, have learned to leave me to my own devices and stay out of my way when I reach this point. They stay upstairs and I shut the basement door. As we have gotten older, we realize when I need to be alone. I burn like a pile of leaves in the backyard. First, a smoldering, noticeable by smell. Then, in an instant, I am ablaze with showers of sparks ascending to the heavens. Volatile, unpredictable, dangerous to myself and others. I don't know what the answer is, only that it must come from within. I must decide the difficult path or the well-trodden. The choice is all mine. After careful examination, you see what you stand for, and you see what you stand against. You see what you can tolerate, and what you must resist. Zen insight number 2, done. And I'm gonna step off the stage with that and let my brand new bride step up and take the mic.
What kind of field?
So, I was really nervous about this at first, but now it's really grown small, so I feel like I'm with family. Why I'm a poet? My poetry came from pain. It was a place to put the words I couldn't express. And now it's an addiction. Sometimes an affliction. Words puddling in the subconscious, waiting, muddling, till they fly from my fingers and a poem appears. I'm getting the mic right here. Okay. Right here? I'm sorry. This one's called Flying Time Darling Style. Timing is everything. On time, out of time, short on time, time to spend, no time to lose, even wasting time. It's all cliche. And still not time for you. It takes time, and time does not heal all. It flies by like a hummingbird's wing, flashes, and then it flew, not a second wasted, thinking of you. Times of trouble, good times too, and then the clock stops at 2:30. Rap time? Alright. This is dedicated to visionary silence. For mental illness is not a crime. This is called Tearing the Wall. You see that homeless man, scroungy, foul-smelling? He had a home before his mind failed him. He lost his wife and all his possessions. But you gave him $1, and he gave you a smile. You gave him a sandwich, and he gave you a smile. That smile of true appreciation, recognition that he is still a man. Maybe he cannot get back to civilization, but he still knows that he is a man. We'll never know what caused the tear in the wall, but we know that beggar man needs bread to eat. He gave you a smile. You see that misdressed girl, her hair a tangled mess, naughty and dirty. She never had a mother who protected her. She never knew a father who was sober. She knew about violence. She knew about bruises. She knows how to stay out of your way. She knows how to make a buck or two. She has mouths to feed. A mess of kids that know a mother's love. She had a tear in the wall. And we don't know when, but she turned to the streets. You gave her money for gas today. She gave you a smile. You bought her some groceries. She gave you a smile. She's trying to return to civilization, and she just might make it through the tear in the wall. You see that tall, stoic man? He's mentally unstable. His mind is tortured by demons. They never leave any peace. He's either high in the clouds or he's down in the dungeons. He had a tear in the wall. We don't know when. You bought one of his paintings. He gave you a smile. You listened his poetic ramblings, he gave you a smile. A smile of recognition that the demons don't always win. You gave him a smile today. He gave you one in return. He is a part of the world again.
Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. Don't forget